Anything much happened since last week? Yeah, maybe a thing or two. You know, it's turned out to be one of the most historic weeks we've had in years. Almost too much to keep up with or summarize here, but what the heck? Let's give it a try. Last Saturday afternoon, former and now almost certainly future President Donald Trump was shot by a would-be assassin. He was shot by a would-be assassin during an outdoor rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, in what only can be understood as a miracle. Donald Trump slightly turned his head at the precise moment the bullet was fired, and instead of it hitting him in the temple and instantly killing him, it shot a hole through his right ear. The margin between life and death was a fraction of an inch. With all my heart, I say that Satan and his demons took the shot, but God and his angels simply said, "Not today, Satan." It was divine intervention. Tragically, a local fire chief there with his family dove over his daughters to shield them, and he was killed by the sniper's bullet. 2 others in the crowd seriously wounded. The assassin, a 20-year-old who was somehow able to get on a roof just 130 yards from the president, was killed by a police sniper within seconds of his firing the shots. In the moments after President Trump was shot, he was back on his feet, blood dripping down his face as he raised his fist in the air with the American flag in the background, and he told the crowd to fight, fight, fight. That photo reverberated around the world and with a single image defined Donald Trump. Not a man who cowers or covers in the presence of danger, but who stares it down and rebukes it in dramatic fashion. It's not something that one can rehearse or prepare for. It just isn't. What we saw was the intuitive response outwardly of what is in a person inwardly. As one would expect, the incident stunned the world and raised serious questions about the security precautions around President Trump. But it reminded all of us of the resolve and resilience of Donald Trump. He truly knows that God intervened and spared him for a bigger purpose than perhaps he has ever understood. No doubt. On Monday of this week, 2 other big things happened. The Republican National Convention opened in Milwaukee, and President Trump named Ohio Senator J.D. Vance to be his running mate. And on the opening night, President Trump entered the arena, bandaged still on his right ear. He entered to the roar of a crowd who realized that but by God's grace and a fraction of an inch, he wouldn't be there. Attempts to get Donald Trump out of the way have included a fake news industry distorting and outright lying about everything he's ever said or done, a hateful and highly partisan deep state of Washington trying twice to impeach him over utterly false accusations. He's been harassed by repeated prosecutions and persecutions, relentless attacks by the elites of Hollywood and Silicon Valley, and he's experienced the contempt of the establishment in both the Republican and Democrat parties. Yet after 8 years of non-stop irrational hate and heat, he's still standing, and some of his harshest critics have become irrelevant. Now, on a personal note, I do think there was a highlight of the Republican convention this week, and it actually happened on Tuesday night. It was when that new governor of Arkansas took the stage. And delivered what was a spellbinding, emotional, and deeply personal endorsement of President Trump. Oh, did I mention that the new governor of Arkansas is my daughter? I don't know if I threw that in. But let me assure you that I am absolutely objective in my assessment of the brilliance of her speech. I am as objective towards her as MSNBC is about Donald Trump. But it was a terrific speech, and here's just a little slice of it.
When I was President Trump's White House press secretary, The best job. I got the chance to take my 4-year-old son, Huck, to bring your kid to work day. Much like Jill now drags Joe to bring your husband to work day.
Well, there's so much happening, it's hard to keep up with it in just one show that airs each weekend. So fortunately, we have launched the new Huckabee Today show that airs right here on TBN, Monday through Friday at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. And from now until the election, you need to stay buckled up to follow the ever-changing events of the election season. But after this past week, I'm more convinced than ever that we are not alone in hope to see this nation find its way. As Forrest Gump, that great theologian, as he famously said, and God showed up. And we need to pray that God keeps showing up.